So everybody, if you want to stay up to date on the latest news about our stimulus checks, unemployment benefits, and SSI or SDI payments, make sure to stay until the end of this video.
To make sure that his massive infrastructure and investment plan includes an extension of unemployment benefits and recurring stimulus payments. And importantly, they want to tie those benefits to broader economic conditions. Now, this idea of automatic stabilizers does have the backing of key committee chairmen, including Bernie Sanders, Ron Wyden, Sherrod Brown, and others. And in a new letter to President Biden, they wrote, "This crisis is far from over, and families deserve certainty that they can put food on the table and keep a roof over their heads. Families should not be at the mercy of constantly shifting legislative timelines and ad hoc solutions."
Good afternoon, or almost, actually it's evening. And I want to thank you, Governor Ms. Abbott, for your hospitality and your friendship. And Representative Senator Cornyn, I think he had to go back. I think he was getting on a plane. He told me he came in to see me last event. And Representatives Shirley Jackson Lee, Al Green, Sylvia Garcia, Lizzie Pinelli, Pinell.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Now we have some breaking news in regards to the third stimulus check. Biden's initial plan called for extended unemployment benefits to last until the end of September.
But your 50 millionth and first dollar, you got to pay 2 cents. And 2 cents on every dollar after that until you hit $1 billion. When you hit $1 billion, you got to pay a few cents more. This is a wealth tax that has been needed for a long time. We need it to produce more revenue, to create more opportunity in America.
With possible triggers that would extend the benefits after September for those who continue to be out of work. Since Joe Biden's in office, he has said multiple times that there will be more relief coming, but he has yet to indicate when will that happen. Under the current bill, older adults, including recipients of SSI or SSDI benefits, would be eligible for a third stimulus check of up to $1,400 if they meet eligibility requirements.
For a few years. And just because this may not survive the Senate right now doesn't mean that that fight is anywhere near over. So we will continue to use whatever legislative options are available to us. It is wildly popular among the American people in a bipartisan, nonpartisan way. Democrats, Republicans, independents, and the rest support raising the minimum wage. I come to this with experience when Senator Mr. Clyburn and I raised the minimum wage in 2006. Well, we won in 2006, we passed it in 2007. In the first 100 hours, not days, hours of that new majority that we had. We passed it, $7.25 an hour. It hadn't been raised in 11 years. And now it's been a long time since it has been raised, and we are determined to get the job done for the American people. This pathetic minimum wage, $7.25 all these years later, is really a gift to underwrite those who will not, who are exploiting their workers in many respects. Some people just can't afford, businesses just can't afford to pay the full $15, and we want to help them.
It's particularly troubling and harmful at a time when you're trying to get people back to work. I worked for less than the minimum wage. I worked for the minimum wage. I started bussing tables at $1 an hour. I went up to $2.25 when they moved me up in the place, and then I finally made it to cook, which was big time. That was $6 an hour. What you're essentially telling those businesses in South Dakota that I just mentioned, that you're going to increase the amount of money that they have to pay their workers by over 50%.
The House voted Friday night to approve the next stimulus bill, and here are the current qualifications for the third check. If you're a head of household, you must have an AGI of less than $150,000 to qualify for any payment amount. And for dependents of all ages, everyone will receive a $1,400 stimulus check with no cap, but only if guardians make under the above limits. And for SSDI and SSI filers, you may be required to take an extra step to claim your stimulus payments on the IRS website.
And so it is just a myth that, number one, it's not going to lift a lot of people up out of poverty, that it's not deeply essential after 12 years of not raising the wage. And number two, Joy, this is a policy that is popular with Democrats, Republicans, and independents. Just let's not forget that Florida went for Donald Trump in the last election and voted a $15 minimum wage through with a supermajority of voters.
But by and large, people are getting food stamps, they're getting Medicaid, they're getting housing assistance and the rest because their employers are not paying a decent wage. So again, for the taxpayer, save money from all of those expenditures for the workers so that they can put food on the table when they work full time, and for the businesses, especially the small businesses.
Wage increase, how soon they might try to do this again, whether they try for the full $15 an hour or something smaller, maybe $11 an hour, and try to do this in a step-by-step approach. We still don't have answers to those questions.
Now, Democrats are trying to pass the $1.9 trillion bill before certain benefits expire before the end of the month. The current package includes $1,400 stimulus checks and a $400 weekly federal unemployment benefit. The proposal only requires a simple majority in the Senate in order to land on President Joe Biden's desk, but lawmakers can offer amendments on the bill and can likely craft a different version of the proposal. Doing so would send it back to the House for approval, or both chambers would have to negotiate line items in a joint conference committee. Biden said during a press conference over the weekend, "We have no time to waste. Now the bill moves to the United States Senate, where I hope it will receive quick action." Temporary unemployment benefits are set to lapse this month, everybody, and that will leave more than 11 million out-of-work Americans without federal financial assistance. PPP loans, a crucial federal financial assistance program, are also set to expire at the end of March. The current bill will not extend the program past March 31st. And Americans who receive food stamps got an additional 15% in benefits as part of the relief package passed last December. The benefits are set to last through June. But the mass proposal currently at the Senate could extend the benefits through September. And for those of you on SSI and SSDI, Supplemental Security Income pays benefits based on financial need. And SSDI, or Social Security Disability Insurance, pays benefits to you, and SSI provides minimum basic financial assistance to older adults and people with disabilities with very limited income and resources. Federal SI benefits from the Social Security Administration are often supplemented by state programs. As for SSDI, that supports individuals who are disabled and have a qualifying work history, either through their own employment or a family member. You can apply for SI or SDI online. If you're an adult with a disability, certain members of your family if you are insured.